January 28th, 2011, 7 members of the Swamp Rats, a group of pond hockey playing friends from Sturbridge, Mass., made their way to Concord, New Hampshire for the first annual 1883 Black Ice Pond Hockey Championship. 7 married guys with 19 kids, these weekends were a rarity. The So-Sick Swamp Rats, as we were officially listed, had no idea what to expect. In fact, it would be the first time we laid eyes on, never mind shot at, one of these. The official pond hockey goal, with just 2 foot-wide openings on either end. A late lunch at the Barley House kicked off 48 blessed hours of eating, drinking, and skating. When we finally made our way over to White Park, where the tournament was held, we were amazed at the sight. White Park was abuzz with activity, an impressive array of rinks laid out in a grid-like fashion. There was also a player's tent, ripe with the smell of old hockey equipment by the time we arrived, concession stands, an announcer's booth, and so on. To say that this was a well-run first-year event sells it short. This was a fantastic effort, even if it was the 5th or 10th annual. Chris Brown and his team did an amazing job. Friday's action would open with a spirited game against the local favorites, the Turkey Pond Flyers. The game got testy at times, and the Swamp Rats lost McSorley in the first half due to an altercation, which resulted in game misconducts. With just 5 skaters for 15 fierce second-half minutes, they would prevail 7-6 in an exhausting, heated battle. After a couple of black ice ales at the players' reception area, they would regroup to handle the white guys on black ice in a 6:25 p.m. tilt. A night of good food and bar hopping would ensue, but with a 1:50 p.m. start for Game 3 on Saturday, there would be plenty of time to shake the Friday night cobwebs.
Judging from the enthusiasm and sportsmanship from all those taking part,
we left no stone unturned that night, hitting many of Concord's awesome watering holes. Panucci's and the Green Martini, to name a few. By now, we were a tight-knit, cohesive unit. Nothing, and I mean nothing, could get in our way. Well, almost nothing.
My friends have abandoned me. But, I'll make it home. We got a big games tomorrow.
After a sluggish start Saturday,
all right, what happened?
The Swamp Rats rallied to rout Silver Screen in Game 3.
We had an early scare, down 4-1, had our first moment.
A late lunch followed, and due to an inaccurate scouting report on our Game 4 opponent, the Concord Fire, a few too many beers and onion rings were consumed at a downtown bar, which included a chat with Concord Mayor Jim Boulay and his family. More on the mayor later. Game 4 would once again see the Swamp Rats spot an opposing team a few goals, only to rally and beat the Concord Fire. Undefeated, we would head to Sunday as the #1 seed in the Final Four. 2 wins away from the Promised Land and the Sunday morning semifinals.
Nice play, BJ. Next time a guy goaltends, I'm going to fire the fucking thing. All right. Good play, Charlie. Oh, we have 2 still, 3. 7-4.
Coach Sosik caught up with the exhausted Swamp Rats after the game.
How'd you make out today, bud?
I had 3 goals on 87 shots.
Oh, an Ed Galonic story.
Yeah,
I thought you were BJ, not Junior.
Yeah.
Look at Flynn and his wife beater.
Almost broke my nose because I couldn't get my arms out fast enough when I fell. That's not good.
Now,
Listen,
hole in the ice.
That's all that matters. 4-0.
7 goals in the second game, none since. None since. No, I think I have 1. Right?
Oh, yeah.
I didn't spread my good.
Charlie put up the Chinese wall in the back end again.
Charlie played great tonight.
We'd be the #1 seed without any questions. We have questions now, Lance?
We have no questions.
We have no questions. Here's to the So-Sick Swamp Rats and their undefeated inaugural season.
Given the early start for the semifinal game, the idea was to lie low Saturday night. Not. Back to town for more live music and tons of fun. Complicating things further was that little hometown shuffling of seeds that had us playing our Game 1 adversaries, the Turkey Pond Flyers, right out of the gate when based on the rules we read, they should have been the 3 seed and faced us in the finals if we both made it. We were rearranged, as Coach Sosik put it, but accepted the ruling. What followed was 30 minutes of intense hockey. Tempers often flared, but there were no Game 1 incidents. In fact, McSorley would redeem himself for his Game 1 ejection, netting both Swamp Rats goals in a 2-1 victory. Flynn and McDevitt were monsters on defense, and the rest of us did our parts. 2-1? In games where 20 or more goals are commonly scored, this would be the lowest scoring affair of the weekend. When handed the paper with the results, the announcer proclaimed, "And on rink 2, oh my, the Swamp Rats 2 and the Turkey Pond Flyers 1. The championship game that followed pitted us versus MJA, and once again saw us go in the hole early. Perhaps we exerted ourselves more in Game 1, or we listened to their strategic, "Hey, take it easy on us," shtick. Either way, these guys were good and had a goalie skate-wearing defender that threw a wet blanket over many of our charges. Down 6-3 with a few minutes left, a loss looked all but certain. The boys roared back, though, and took our first lead of 7-6 with about a minute to go. That is where it would end. Now it was on to the presentation of the first ever awarded Hobie Baker stick. Walking towards us with the stick was none other than the mayor. As he approached and recognized us from the bar, he proclaimed, "You guys!" To which we informed him that he was our good luck charm. We certainly needed our share of luck to hold that coveted stick. The media-shy Swamp Rats went back to Sturbridge hoping for anonymity, but word of their accomplishment up north quickly swept through town, and they would now have to deal with their newfound fame. We can't wait to hit Concord on January 27th for the 2012 event, only this time we're bringing Hobie Baker with us.